to that anti-ICE mob that broke into a church service on Sunday. They screamed at families, those people just simply there to pray, and some of them continued to pray in the face of...
You are not going to believe what just went down in Minnesota. A mob literally stormed inside a church during Sunday service, screaming at families trying to pray. But wait until you see who just turned their backs on these protesters.
Stance is, for illegals. We're not going to step in front of that. That's not our fight. That has nothing to do with us. We're not going to step into that fight and going through the community defending somebody that we didn't even want.
Okay, pause. Did you catch that? That is the Black Panthers, literally one of the most radical groups out there, and even they are stepping back. They are explicitly saying, this isn't our fight. When you've lost the support of the very groups you think are on your side, you know the optics are bad. It's a massive plot twist. They're looking at this chaos and saying, nope, we're not stepping in front of that for illegal immigration. That is a shift in the narrative that nobody in the mainstream media is really talking about right now.
Don Lemon knew better than to go to a black church. He would have never tried that. It would have been a totally different scenario that would have happened. Totally different outcome. Because we don't play about stuff like that. You're not going to come in and you think he would have got an interview? Are you kidding me? He wouldn't have got past the aunties at the front. They would have shut that down. He's not even getting in through the front door. Yeah, we don't play that. In the name of Jesus, he wouldn't have got in.
This guy is absolutely spot on. He's calling out the hypocrisy of Don Lemon being there. The point he's making is about respect and boundaries. You don't just walk into a place of worship and start a scene. And he's saying if the tables were turned, if this was a different church or a different community, Don Lemon wouldn't even make it past the front door. It's that double standard that really fires people up. It's not just about politics. It's about basic respect for a sacred space. And clearly that line was crossed.
Tax-exempt nonprofit that was awarded much less money. Now, this report says that Nakima Levy Armstrong received a salary of $215,000 in 2024 from the Wayfinder Foundation, which was awarded just $158,000 in grants. That doesn't match up. And that filings from 2019 to 2024 show that between salary and health benefits, Armstrong pocketed over $1.1 million, while the foundation itself dispersed just $700,000 in grants.
And here comes the receipt check. Always follow the money, right? We're hearing reports that the organizer here allegedly pocketed over $1 million from a nonprofit, while the actual grants dispersed were way less. That is a staggering number. It changes the whole context from activism to business. When you see numbers like that, $200,000 in salary, health benefits, it makes you question the motivation behind the outrage. Is this about the cause, or is this about keeping the nonprofit cash flow running? That's the question everyone should be asking.
Work with us so that we can identify the violent criminal people who are not supposed to be in the country. Will you help us with that? What will you say?
Well, working with the federal government to prosecute and arrest violent criminals is nothing new here in Minneapolis. We've been doing this for years. Look, I'm going to take about the easiest position I could possibly take. In Minneapolis, we're anti-murder. We're anti-rape. And when you murder or rape, we will work with the DEA and the FBI and the...
Look at the dance the mayor is doing here. Chris Cuomo asks a direct yes or no question. Will you work with federal forces to get criminals out? And instead of a straight answer, we get a word salad about being anti-murder. Well, I hope you're anti-murder. That's the bare minimum. He's trying so hard not to commit to actually collaborating with the feds because he's scared of the political backlash. But the deflection is just painful to watch. The people want safety, not talking points. This situation is messy, and it's evolving fast. What do you think about the Panthers stepping back? Let me know in the comments and hit follow for the next update.